Okay, let me now move on to the third question. The third question was, I quote, "No public space is culturally neutral." This is to be heard at 6 minutes 15 seconds. What do multiculturalists mean when saying this? Okay, no public space is culturally neutral. In France, we have been constantly fed. We have heard constantly about public space when there are debates about secularism or French laïcité. Now, what multiculturalists mean when they say that no public space is culturally neutral is that in any country you have a dominant culture, and the idea is that this dominant culture leaves a real influence, a real trace, a large trace, a very visible trace on public space. Now, it's hard to understand this if you don't give examples. France is officially a French, sorry, French, France is officially un État laïque, a secular state. Secular is like laïque. But at the same time, public space is not culturally neutral. Why? Because the history of France is deeply marked, deeply influenced by the centuries of connection between the French state and the Catholic Church, and that in any place in France you will come across dozens, indeed hundreds of churches, hundreds of Catholic churches. Of course, you also see synagogues, mosques, a few Buddhist temples, that kind of thing. But you see plenty of churches in a country which is officially, an État laïque. So what it means is that the public space in France, like elsewhere, is not culturally neutral because indeed you see so many churches in a country like France. Let me give you another example too. Public space might also be understood in the sense of things that we do every day, or things that are part of our daily routine, and then that we don't really think about because they are pretty much like the air we breathe. If you have a look at the French calendar, the French calendar as it exists, the French state is un État laïque, but at the same time, within the calendar, okay, le calendrier, you have plenty of bank holidays, jours fériés, which actually correspond to specific holidays for French Catholics, right? I don't know, like Lundi de Pâques, Assomption, or I can't think of them now. But anyway, a certain number of bank holidays in the French calendar actually correspond to Catholic holidays. Now, why? It is because indeed the dominant culture, which historically in France is Catholic, has left a very deep imprint, a very deep trace on indeed public space. This is what is meant with this quote that Tariq Modood is using.